Indeed, greetings unto you, beloved and holy friends. Thank you so much for joining me here again today. I'm gonna get this thing a little bit more fixed. Okay, now I shouldn't interrupt us as much. Seems we're gonna have a windy day. I was like kind of betting. I was like, yeah. Seems like today won't be windy. As I'm setting up my streaming stuff, I sit down. I genuinely sit down. I hit go live. And then the wind is like, oh, here we are. Welcome back. Mel, thank you, friends. Thank you. Welcome back to you as well. Thank you for sharing the space with me again. I'm pouring myself a glass of water. I'm gonna take my little book of things worth saying. And we'll start it off at least as right as we can. An attempt to start it off right. So this is a two-parter, if you will. Oh, Infamous One is here already, and Jovan. I think is it the first time you were here? The first time, Jovan. Thank you for the seal of approval, my beloved friends. I love you, Infamous One. Thank you. Oh, hey, Mel. Thought I'd find you here. Good day, Infamous. I love you. What are the odds? What are the odds that you find me here, Jovan? Who would have known? So, like, feel which one resonates more to you than the other. The one is, we live, yet not us, but the one is living us. Okay, feel into it, like, the one thing is living us. It feels a little bit separate, right? It's like there's a way for you to think again of the one as an entity or something special beyond yourself. And then the other one goes, start to witness life living as you. And that one I feel a lot better about. Start to witness life living as you. Let's see if the next one is related. No. It's the next lesson. But this one is already good. We are here to celebrate the knowing that we are one heart and one mind. Yeah, there we go. That's the perfect one. Okay, I can't top that. Crystal, it's nice to have you here as well, my friend. Thank you for joining us. How are you doing? Vincent, hello, Mel, Jovan, and Infamous One. Hey, Vincent, thank you for joining us. Mariah, it's so nice to see you here, man. It's like you've been a real blessing every single day that I've seen you for the last, it's been a week almost, right, Mariah? Thank you for sharing the space with us. Edmund is here as well. Oh man, I feel giddy already. No, I'm not gonna take a sip of water just yet. Thank you for joining me, Edmund. How are you doing, friends? Jovan, how are you doing? Mariah, how are you doing? Infamous One, how are you doing? Vincent, how are you doing? Edmund, how are you doing? Crystal, how are you doing, my friends? Yater, how are you doing, dude? It's so nice to have you friends here. Thank you. Really, really thank you for sharing the space with me. Jovan, I'm sending you all an abundance of love and light, one heart and one mind. Thank you for sharing the space with us, Yater. Of one heart and one mind. I don't know if if I'm pulling at straws a little bit, but today's title is Day 256. Is it evil to play tricks? So I've been thinking about this a lot, and it kind of arose. What was it? It's almost a week ago now. It was a very nice stream. Toasty was there as well, and Toasty mentioned this thing about getting hazed and how this could be seen as, some sort of punishment. And I made the joke about how, as a jester, I theoretically in this example could go and then make fun of these potentially either higher dimensional or different dimensional beings, trying to get them back to some sort of level of awareness. And you can do these things by playing tricks on people, by taking them through a loop that isn't necessarily true, but can get them to experience an emotion. So the reason I came to this, this feeling I was basically busy with some uh, work my mom gave me. And as I was like going through the motions, I was thinking back to something that I experienced because I was listening to Vedas. Interestingly enough, there was this, I think it's like 57-minute like YouTube video where it's like these Vedas, these chanting Vedas, and then it's a dude translating or giving you the translated version of that. And I was listening to all of these Vedas, and there was one Veda that sounded very similar to Estian as the name. So it was like I was busy, I was in the, in the motions, and I was very in tune listening to these chants as well. I was like, yeah, I'm like bobbing, doing the thing I need to be doing, like busy work almost. And and as soon as I heard my own name, I was like, whoa. And it took me through this entire loop of remembering I had a friend who has the same name as me. We're not friends anymore for a very specific reason. Should I share it? Yeah, a little bit of backstory. It's not really that necessary, but to share with you friends. He was in a relationship, and the girl and him broke up with one another. But this dude, prior to them breaking up, told me that he no longer feels like he is in love with his girlfriend. And then when they broke up and she was devastated, I told her that he told me that, almost like as my naive way, as a way to console her and tell her, this is something that was coming, and now that it's done, take solace in it being done, because it wasn't right anyway, from the get-go. So that was like my way of thinking about it. And then she told him, and he reached out to me, and he was like, oh, never trust you again, you completely ruined my reputation of you, or whatever, like, something like that. Just me trying to be honest and trying to console her as well, who was also my friend. And this friend, he, during like one of the festivals we went to together, was experiencing these Hindu symbols. Like, he would see them outside in the world. And I didn't do this at that time. But with the information I have now and the playfulness I have in those type of topics, I kind of know how I would want to react if I could do so again. Because in that moment, he was extremely enthusiastic slash inspired by him seeing in a physical representation in his outside world these Hindu symbols. And no one else could see them, obviously. So no one else had this fascination, this enthusiasm that he would have, obviously. And like, that can be something that's very discouraging as well, if you're experiencing something that can be so awe-inspiring and you can't exactly convey it to someone else. And even in your attempts to convey it to someone else, they're not going to, have the same reaction towards it that you have. But but as I was like going through this loop, thinking about what happened, thinking about how it happened, thinking about all of the dynamics around the relationship, I thought to myself, what if instead of being like, oh, cool, that's interesting that you are seeing these Hindu symbols, I would just rather be like, okay, how do I do this? You tell me, oh, I'm seeing these Hindu symbols. And then instead of just being like, oh, that's cool, I'm like, oh, are you serious? Where do you see them? And he's like, oh, I see them everywhere. I'm like, do you know what this means? Do you know what this means, dude? Look him straight in the eyes. Do you know what this means? It means you're tripping balls. I would have loved to do that. You see, like, that could be a trick. It could be seen as something that you're tricking them by creating this angst. Like, why is this person suddenly so serious, looking at me with this intense glare? And then it means you're, subverting that completely. It is a trick. It can be in that moment something that could create anxiety or stress within that person, you suddenly being like that. But in subverting that, in creating the opposite of that feeling, are you providing more good in that person's life rather than bad? So is playing that trick something that's evil? And I was contemplating, like, if I did that, would it be indicative of positivity? Would it be indicative of spiritual growth? Would it be something that would benefit the whole instead of taking away from the whole? Edmund, it's so nice to have you. Much love to you as well, my friend. How are you doing, my friend? Been a while. Has feeling the love in the room. It is so amazing, Crystal Love. You're here for the energy as well, my friend, contributing to it. I'm doing well, ready to take on the day. That's supposed to be. That's how it's supposed to be. I'm doing quite well, my friend. It's been a little while. How are you doing? Watermelon Kush for the win this morning on my end. Fast is done, and I want hash browns. I haven't had hash browns in a long time. Before I take a sip of this water, I do want to set an intention. I'm very proud of you, Infamous One. Watermelon Kush sounds amazing. Finishing your fast off with some watermelon Kush and being able to eat hash browns. I don't know if you're eating hash browns. I see you say you want hash browns. Hash browns are onions and potatoes in shapes that are then fried. I guess that's what it is, right? I haven't had hash browns in so long. They're so good though. No, I also want hash browns. But I want to set an intention. Epona, it's so nice to have you as well, my friend. For my water, my intention will be that doesn't help. Actually, it does. Floating. Yeah. Floating. How about that? You know, our intention today is to float. It feels weird. Elephant Ballot Matt, yo to you. How are you, my friend? Thank you for joining us. Oh man, I had a bunch of pills and injections today, and I hate taking medicine. During a 102 fever. I don't know how hot that is. Now running a cold sweat. I have to take a few days off now. But yeah, aside from that, is the I hope you're staying healthy, Vincent. Like, take care of yourself, man. I'm sorry that you have to take a bunch of medication. I'm happy that you have people that are taking care of you or helping take care of you at least. Take those days, my friend. You deserve them. Hey, we have Darcy. Thank you for the wholesome, my friend. This shirt is fire. I also like this shirt. Like, it's also one of my favorites. Thank you. Thank you, friend. I'm happy that you appreciate it as well. Much love indeed. So sorry you're sick. You'll get better soon. Hope you'll recover quickly. Definitely. Especially with you, friends, sending those intentions as well. Sorry to hear that indeed. Vincent, sending healing vibes, my friend. Rest, my friend. I'm sending you healing vibes and strength to get through this. Melt, why can't I get my hair to leave? To have such a lovely curl. Oh, Epona, I don't know. It just grows this way right out of my head. Interestingly, though, it's something that I would. I'm not that proud of it. And some of you friends will know that I mentioned I changed my hair wash regime schedule where it was like a daily hair wash conditioner, hair wash conditioner, hair wash conditioner like cycle. I'm down to like washing my hair less than 2 times a week, and I'm no longer using conditioner as well, and my hair feels kind of dry, not dry, not like crackly. I mean, it feels good. It feels good. It feels good. It feels really good. And I'm happy that I don't have to use as much products. You know what's something that I was really interested by? Like, I have shared with you friends the idea is to have like sea floating cities as well. And I was wondering with that as a means of living, what we would do with all of the soaps we use to wash ourselves and how that will affect the ocean and the fish below it and means of processing. But cutting down on the amount of soaps and whatever is in conditioner is how much we use of it, that might be even better. And it makes me very happy that I've cut down significantly on those. And that my hair is healthy, you know, despite it. It's very fantastic. Epona, one thing that I believe helps is perms. You know, people assume I have perms. Unfortunately, I don't think Perps does that. Oh, thank you, you lovely people. I knew I'd feel better once I come here. Of course, Vincent, how could you not, dude? It's like we have this beautifully bright burning beam of consciousness that just has the intention of shooting love in any direction that it needs to be. It's like, oh, someone's far away, torch is not lit. It's like, just like completely lights you on fire, dude. Thank you for melting with us. Use olive oil. Is olive oil good for your hair, Elephant? I use coconut oil a little bit. I think that's better for your skin than it is for your hair because, and I've heard that the molecule, the fat molecule, is too big to actually penetrate your hair properly. I don't know if that's completely true. I'm no hair expert. I have hair now. I don't know how long I'll have it. While I have it, I'll grow it out. Depending on what they're on. I guess it would. It's funny. Yeah, it's. I'm guessing you're talking about the story. It's funny. I started reading the Upanishads lately. Oh, yater. I've been reading the Upanishads as well, dude. Like, interestingly enough, I don't know why. And it's like on my other phone, I have this note where someone mentioned like if you want to take deeper dives into spirituality, you have to like do the Vedas, the Upanishads, the Shaktis, and something else. I think there was four of them. Oh, and the Tibetan Book of the Dead. So I'm gonna be working through those. I'm thinking maybe to read the Tibetan Book of the Dead on live stream would be quite a vibe. Is that what you use on Chuck's no-nos? I'm not sure, Slag. Maybe you know Elephant Ballad Mat, I'm guessing. I think I just need to move away from Southern humanity. That will help with the donkeys. I'm always so unsure of what to call you. Vomit is such a terrible word, like moist or mucus. Slag. I just say slag, Epona. Slag is better. Because slag at least can contain gold. My dad working in the mining industry. I've heard about slag so much in my life that I'm like, oh yeah, this slag contains still like 0.5% heavy metals, potentially gold. So there's this, value proposition to extract it. So yeah, that's what slag means to me. A lot of dirt, maybe some gold. Of course, if it's lag, I'm not projecting that to you. What is this? This is us communicating, sharing a space. Pringle Master, thank you for sharing it with us. They're in the oven now. I call her Slag. Slag is better. I agree, Elephant. Biscuits and gravy with hash browns. Where's Mammy? I can't speak of food without her here. She has to be present to oversee, make sure that we're, following the right protocols and such. Whenever, whatever makes you happy, it's impossible not to sound off color when saying my name. Just a little bit. Oh yes, I bet Mammy makes the best homemade biscuits and gravy. Oh, I'm sure. Biscuits. Biscuits are. We don't actually have biscuits. I don't think the way Americans have it here in South Africa. What we would do instead of biscuits would be scones. Biscuits and gravy, though. Yeah, I don't think we do that at all, actually. It sounds amazing, though. I have to try. Oh, we have Toasty here as well. Good morning, my beloved friend. Thank you for joining us. How did you progress with your art day yesterday? I'm really curious, man. You talking about food reminds me, I haven't eaten much. Even the sweetest things taste so bitter. Still trying to think of something I can eat without it tasting bitter. Everything tastes bitter? Interesting. Most people's palates, don't taste anything at all. Maybe try eating something bitter intentionally. Like get yourself a grapefruit and gorge yourself on that a little bit, and then you can experience that bitterness to the fullest. And then if you eat something else, you would have the contrast to that. I hope you get something to eat, Vincent. Sending you good vibes, man. I never ever heard of biscuits and gravy until I moved to Texas. Okay, I'm happy I'm not the only one who hasn't had it, Edmund. Have you had it? Is it good in Texas? Eat well, eat well, eat well. Something that will serve you well every single time. Toasty, get it here. I was born and raised in Texas, Edmund. Oh, so many hearts. Mammy is being summoned. Good morning to you, friend. Welcome. My heart is hurting for Haywire. Sorry, you don't want to bring down the vibe. What happened on Haywire, Toasty? Am I missing something, dude? I do use shampoo and conditioner bar now. It works so well. And it's all natural. That sounds amazing, Epona. Like an actual soap bar that has its soap and conditioner, or like the soap and conditioner in, I'm guessing. I wonder what creature it is. Coyote pack, sweet tea. Is gross. They lost a goat last night. Oh. I'm so sorry to hear that. Which was one of the babies, Toasty? Do you know? Very cool. What part of Texas? You don't have to share the info if you aren't comfortable. There are a lot of things I never heard of before moving here, like sweet tea. Okay, and sweet tea doesn't, or Slag doesn't approve of the sweet tea. Don't you apologize to us. Yeah, there's no need to apologize, Toasty, at all. Like, thank you for bringing it to our attention, if anything. And we have Mammy that has been summoned as well. Thank you for joining us. Sending so much love to Aunt P and Uncle Becky. Thank you, Edmund, for doing the same, my friend. Oh, that would be cool. I would definitely join for that stream if you did read it. I think so, yeah. I think maybe if we're going to read it, maybe we'll do it in the computer room. I think that's going to be the ideal. Hey, Mammy, thank you so much for joining us, my friend. We were just talking about biscuits and gravy. Do you do biscuits and gravy in Dublin? They need it. Sweetie is life. Melt, I finally chopped off my hair. Was sick of the hair fall. Now, I somewhat regret it, and I feel sad since it took years to grow, but it's a bit relaxing now, too. We were talking just yesterday about some men choosing to grow their hair and some men choosing not to, and how, from a logical, reductionist, efficiency standpoint, it makes sense for a man to have short hair, but it can be something that serves you as well. I wonder what your hair looked like long, Vincent. If you'd be willing to share with us, we would love to see, my friend. On the other hand, hair keeps growing, you're gonna have to spend again that much time, those many years to grow it again. Fortunately, you can, though. Have you read the Bhagavad Gita? That's the other one as well. Thank you so much. I haven't just yet, Harvey. Darcy. It is on the list. One of the things I want to read as well. I want to dive more into these things. Like the Vedas were very interesting to me as well, because they are these ways of chanting, and they're saying things that are pretty coherent, if you will, but it's like through this almost song. It is beautiful. Something you can vibrate with. I have to admit that my name brings grows to your beautiful people is making me too happy. You're so loved, Slag. I hope you know that, my friend. You're so loved. I'm going to sit back and listen today. The stuff happening on the farm has me so shook. Like, do we know how one of the goats died? Like, is that one of the things that shocked you? Did the coyote group kill one of the goats? Is that what happened? I'm really confused as well. Sweet tea is literally my number one favorite beverage on this earth, alongside coffee, Dr. Pepper, and Coke. Oh goodness, Edmund and Slag. Like, suddenly I'm imagining those Switch. Have I forgotten? Smash Bros. Those Smash Bros intros. Dun, 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 love sweet tea, hate sweet tea, and it's just this ultimate battle. I need to get knocked off. You need to read with me. I think that's the plan, Epona. It would be really nice to actually do that. Not yet, but it is on the list, absolutely. Same Yater. Oh, cool. I live in the Denton area. Okay. I use dark humor and some jokes. Coffee Wizard. Why is it we use dark humor? Like, this is something I was asking as well on the 15th of May when my friends were last here. It was something that I was genuinely curious about, is why we as humans have this ability to laugh and make jokes out of, some of the most tragic of things. And if it's a healthy thing to do, and if it's just a way to cope with the reality of things. Is it a way to heal ourselves, to laugh about them? Is it an awareness of the playful nature of this universe? It's kind of hectic to say it's all a joke, because there is some seriousness to it, but the seriousness to it is the seriousness we apply to it as well. Maybe that's where the humor comes from. I mean, we love you, so that's all that matters, right? That is indeed all that matters, my friend. The Read With Me streams were a vibe, yo. They were. The only reason they kind of bogged me down is because I only have X amount of battery. That's why I want to switch over to the PC. And then I would be able to display the actual, text, so you could read with me, see me make mistakes, IRL. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. I do love some biscuits and gravy. Dude, like, what is the biscuits made of? Is it a spongy type of material? Does it absorb the gravy? I'm curious. Do you dip the biscuit in the gravy and eat it like a cookie, or do you eat it with a spoon? I'm so confused about how you're supposed to eat it. And does it come with meats, or is it you just eat the biscuits and the gravy? I appreciate all the love we all get. Be a happy little slag donkey if I was on your farm. I mean, you are technically, right? Where does the farm start and where does it stop? Technically, there's just infinite land, and then that infinite land eventually hits you, slag. We're all here together, my friend. I'm happy to be here with you. It contains all the answers, not yet. Ooh, that's a very what's the word I'm looking for? This is a very bold statement. That's the one to say. It contains all of the answers, Darcy. But I'm very curious now, my friend. Rough morning for you, love. I made some turkey stew last night. It was absolutely delicious. That sounds amazing, Mariah. Do you keep the bones in your stew while you're cooking it, or did you just use the shredded meat or something? Denton, wow, small world. Oh, we have Infamous One also close to home. You are thought of today. We are thinking about you, aren't we? If you're here, if you're not here, we're sending you love. They had 3 goats attacked, 2 of which were little Jerry and little baby Pinto. Little Jerry didn't make it. Oh my goodness. Oh, that is devastating. So they were attacked. Mother Nature. She do be brutal though. I'm imagining Uncle Becky with a shotgun, watching over the fields. Man, that's horrible. Thank you for letting me know, Toasty. Spinach, broccoli, yellow potatoes, onions, and turkey thighs. That does sound quite scrumptious. That's what I've been told. I want to be respectful. No, thank you, Toasty. Thank you for sharing it with us. I'm 99.9% sure we don't have COVID. Joe just has a runny nose from running around, half naked all the week. I hope you're staying healthy, my friend. Cook him a delicious meal, as I know you always do, and I'm sure he's going to be better in no time. Biscuits here in Scotland wouldn't go with gravy, lol. They are what Americans and other nations would call cookies. But we don't. But we do have dumplings with gravy. Okay. Thank you, guy. I appreciate you enlightening me. So, cookies and gravy sounds even worse, but I'm guessing they're not necessarily a hard and dry cookie. It's more like a dense and soft cookie, something that has like give to it. It definitely is. Hugs and love to all my sweet friends here on Reddit. To be back in a week, happy vacation back to home in Massachusetts for me. Kathy, thank you so much for tuning in again, my friend. You know, just before you go on your vacation. I hope you have an absolute blessed time. Dumplings and gravy. That does sound good though. And thank you for the love. Yup, you got it right. Pinto and Stratton. You got hurt last Friday. And last night, little Jerry got killed by something. That's even more concerning, Mammy, that you're saying something. And how is it that they're now experiencing this as well? Like, is it something that's been like a long time coming? Is it like a group of coyotes or like wild dogs or something that is like roaming and they found Uncle Becky's farm? They found Highwire Hill or something? Man, there's this this part of myself that also now just wants to go and defend, wants to be like a soldier on the front lines, sleep in the middle of the fields, waiting, just waiting. You dare touch my godens? Gonna get touched yourself, dude. It's funny too. Now every time the babies have sniffles and allergies, it's gonna be a thing, which is understandable. I mean, kids get sniffles all the time, especially in certain climates. That's true, slag, and especially if the seasons as well. With a nice thick slice of bread and Lurpak. I don't know what Lurpak is, but it sounds pretty sick. Have a lovely time away, dear. Hope your mom and your son are keeping well. Thank you so much for sending love as well, Mammy. Poor baby. Morning, family. Morning, Harvey Guy. Thank you for joining us, my friend. It's so nice to see you again. How are you doing? I need that today. We're here for you, my friend. Sending you the goodest of vibes, friend. What's Lurpak? I'm happy I'm not the only one wondering. No, no, no. I hate Sweetie. I hate Sweetie. I don't put the in the group of the Sweetie lovers. You hate it as well? Was I tripping when I heard you say I said least? Okay. That's my bad. I was just maybe it was supposed to create this contention. You're like, no, damn it, Mel! Least! Thank you for correcting me, my friend. Please. Thank you. I needed that today. We're here for you, like every step of the way, my friend. Love you, Airborne. Join us, Edmund. Raise your blood sugar levels gradually and fight off swelling. Yes, but I better get better safe. But I get it, better safe than sorry. Nan said she'll go to the shop for me if we need anything, because we are in quarantine till Wednesday. That's beautiful, Mammy. Like, I mean, you probably go through a lot of groceries, like especially them fresh ingredients, but I'm sure you being as equipped as you are, you already have yourself stocked up for now. Hope we keep it well. No, must resist. Mammy, we have decided you have to cook an international batch of biscuits and gravy for us. Get some nice unsweetened. Oh, Mammy, I'm sorry that this responsibility has fallen upon you. Hopefully, like, we can still make it a reality. Like, I don't want you to be our cook, but maybe if anything, you can be our cook manager. Every cook has to give all of the attention, all of the credits to Mammy at the end of the day, because she's just like this magician. Do this, like this. What do you call him? Conductor. That's how I imagine Mammy's prowess. Like, she just knows what to do as well. I'm curious, Mammy. I don't know if any of us have asked, but did you have any formal training in cooking? gallon, but maybe 1 gallon of sweet for me. Oh goodness, that's much, Infamous One. That's a lot of gallons. Brace yourself, friends. The biscuits come in a can here. Wait, what? Canned biscuits for the gravy? That sounds so insane. Are you a hippie? Yeah. The way you spelled it, it's an acronym for highly intellectual person pursuing inner enlightenment. And it would be something I would identify more with than other labels, but it's still a label, trying to put a bubble over which cannot be contained. We are, friend. We are, mom. Thank you for joining us. Biscuit, lard, flour, butter. Lard, flour, butter. So, fat, flour, and fat. I mean, sounds good, I guess. Flour and fat. I mean, what can go wrong? There's just two ingredients. Dark humor is our way at laughing at the seriousness of life. To have playfulness no matter what gets thrown our way. I agree completely, Darcy. Perfectly put, my friend. A little can, and you gotta bang it on the cabinet, and it gets opened up. It's almost, yeah, it's not exactly, is it a can, or is it like turned paper or something? Make homemade, which is better, but it has to take time in our pan to wash. That is true. Infamous One, that is true. So it's like basically this can that has uncooked biscuits, and then you bang it, and then those biscuits come out, but they're still kind of compressed against each other in those slices. And then you separate those slices and you put them in the baking tray and you pop them in the oven. I'm guessing that's what they work like. The best kind of hippies reside here. Oh, absolutely. They went on a hunt last night, I think. They suspected big cats. Like a cougar? Or like mountain lions? I didn't know you have a big cat thing problem, roamers, if you will, in Texas. Maybe mountain lions. Are there any mountains close to Uncle Becky? I don't know if they need mountains to be mountain lions. Because a goat isn't that small. So the cat has to be big. Oh, that's terrifying. There are a few translations as well as guides on how to understand what you're reading. Oh, I think I missed Vincent's comment actually. The Bhagavad Gita. It is taken more as a religious book since it's a representative of Hindu religion. I've been told a lot of time to read it, but since I can't understand much of Sanskrit, I've been sleeping on it. I mean, in due time, dude, you don't have to push yourself. Maybe as you learn more and more and as you grow your awareness of, there's going to be a time when it comes back to you. And thank you for saying the same, Cellar Dog. I wonder if they are communists. No. Well, no. Like a communist, oh, man, no. I don't want to label myself. I do believe there should be better distribution of wealth. I don't believe in equal distribution of wealth. Because equal distribution of wealth means everyone gets the same all the way, which is impossible. I think everyone should have access to the same and have access to the bare minimum. If that's communism, then I don't think it is. That's the thing. Please, no labels, please. I just want to be free. That's all I want. Just let me be free, dude. Oh, Uncle Becky, we're talking about you, my beloved friend. You've been in our heart today as well, my friend. Vincent has been sick. Mammy has been, sniffled up as well with Joe. But we've been talking about you primarily today, my friend. We're sending so much love to Haywire Hill. Wonder, oh Melt, little Jerry died a horrific death. Something ate flesh clean off of his hind legs. I'm so sorry for being so graphic, but this is how Uncle Becky described the injury of the poor goat. No, it's completely okay, Mammy. I'm so happy this is on. I need this right now. We're here for you right now, Uncle Becky. I'm so sorry, my friend. This is devastating. Like, death has been more of a theme this year than I expected in my life, which is very odd and very hard to find balance within myself as well, because I feel I'm living actively in a state of rebirth and growth and expansion into my consciousness, and then while this is happening, or I feel this is happening, I'm also experiencing tremendous loss and death in my experience as well. Grandma died 10 days ago. No, 12 days ago. Grandpa died a few months ago. My friend's dad died yesterday. Heinrich, ek weet nog nie. Ek self. My mom was like, whose dad died? It is, yeah, it's more death than I've had to try and confront and deal with in the last few months. You know, two of my friends, my other friend Christian, lost his mother at the beginning of this year as well, on the 3rd of January. There's been so much loss. So many people feeling so much pain. Love to you, Chickums. We're here with you, Uncle Becky. We're here with you, my friend. I want to bring this down a little bit. Someone sent a photo of biscuits and gravy in the Discord. Please do, brother. I'm so sorry. We're here with you, Uncle Becky. Hello, happy Monday. Thank you for joining us, Bonnie. Lovely Monday to you as well, my friend. Another moment for me. I needed this today. We're here with you, Bobby. My heart hurts for you. Same. Aunt B. Whew. We're here for you as well, my friend. I'm so sorry. Wait, little Jerry. I thought it was just Pinto getting hurt. Little Jerry passed, unfortunately. Chickens definitely are contributing today. Oh, man. As present as death is, as present as life is. The craziest part to me is how there is this, I don't know if it's judgment or guilt or confusion, where we find ourselves dealing with pain and loss and death, and also at the same time feeling a requirement to be in a pain state or to feel in a certain way, to not, enjoy life anymore. And it's not even something we do intentionally. It comes with the topic. It's so difficult to celebrate, with loss. And especially when it's loss like this, when it's an animal that you love so dearly, that you have named and you've spent time with, and there has been so much joy shared amongst you, loses its life to another, which would be so terrifying as an experience. How do you take solace in something like that? There's There's so much potential pain in your imagining of it. How much of it should we choose? How much of it should we let go? Have you heard of Mahabharata, Melt? I'm pretty sure I butchered that, but both of them were written by Vyas Muni. It's an epic poem in Sanskrit, and Bhagavad Gita is one of the events that happens during Mahabharata. That's interesting. I didn't know that at all, actually, Vincent. You should definitely read Mahabharata if you're going to read Bhagavad Gita to elaborate your experience, to elevate your experience. I'll definitely do that, Vincent. If you would be willing, can you send those names in the Melt Book Club, like channel on the Discord? I would really appreciate that, friend. David keeps asking if I'm okay, and I said not to cry, but I can't help. It's little Jerry. Again, I think maybe that's it as well. That feeling of not being able to be happy when there's pain is the feeling of not being able to help, the feeling of powerlessness in that experience. So dearly wanting to do something about it, but knowing you're unable to. I love you, Uncle Becky and Aunt P. Keeping a stream of love and healing vibes flowing your way. Absolutely. Chai tea is my favorite sweet tea. Delicious and healing. Yeah, chai tea can be great. Do you drink chamomile tea? Interestingly, I'm really curious. I'm just crushed. He didn't deserve that. I'm just happy to be here with my best friend. A fellow could ask for light buddies for life. Light buddies for life, Uncle Becky. I'm here for you, my friend. I'm here with you. I'm feeling with you. I don't know if I can even say this, but there's this voice in the back of my head that wants to say, everything is perfect. Don't you see? Everything is perfect. And then my egoic mind is like, how dare you? Jerry is dead. Everything is not perfect. And then there's just this feeling of this calm, smiling awareness being like, everything is perfect. Breathe. Jerry got to experience so much love and light. Little Jerry knew what it meant to be in a loving environment. And if we were to take a percentage estimate of how much joy, light, love little Jerry experienced compared to the potential suffering of his passing, he experienced 99.99% joy and love, right? We can assume that. He lived a happy life. And he gets to take that experience into the whole. He brought that experience into the whole. And that experience will never be undone. And in that way, everything is perfect. It's just the alignment with that. Light buddies, my friend, sending you so much light. Yeah, but Sanskrit has been in and out of curriculum for 5 to 6 years, so I'd like if I can read in Sanskrit. And it's easier to find a copy in Sanskrit here in India. We have 3 to 4 copies of our own here in Sanskrit. That's crazy, actually, Vincent. I thought, like, Sanskrit is a beautiful language. Just to, like, listen to it and to look at how it's written, it's just gorgeous. You know, if anything, learning to read it for that reason is reason enough. Candace coming in and saying, to me, evil would have to be graded on what the intention would be and what the trick is. A trick intended to make someone feel sad or hurt, etc. You're very right. Candace, you're very, very right. Because for me, that trick would come from the intention of creating the feeling inside of that person like there is more significance than maybe there is. Because there is this likelihood slash propensity for us to think there is more significance in something than there is, when in fact The significance is drawn from the individual. You practicing that significance is what's going to make it significant. And for me to be playful in that way, to be like, huh? Do you know what that means? It can, like, in their mind, in their anxiety, create even more significance, which could be a way to bring them back to absolutely no significance in a way that can create for themselves a balance to fall upon. I'm so sorry. You're so thoughtful. No, Melt. I have no formal training in cooking, self-taught. You're an absolute superhero, Mammy. The more I learn, the more I know. How are your studies going? Have you started yet? David says, we will have a takeaway today to give me a break. But I said, no, I'd rather cook and keep my mind occupied. I respect that completely, my friend. A trick which both parties can laugh in the end, is a good trick. But one that intends to hurt is not my taste. I agree completely. Yeah. But there's also the perspective of what does it mean to hurt someone? Because people can be hurt by something that is truthful, something that might be uncomfortable to say sometimes. So there's that perspective within me as well. I agree with you. I do feel that, but I have to play devil's advocate as well in that case. What about this? What about this, though? Yeah, you think you know all about this, but what about this? We have panthers. Panthers is the one in the area. And some terrible and vicious coyotes. Behind my house, there are 30 miles of unprotected land. The animals grow and live unregulated. And now they have encroached. Do you have a plan of action, Uncle Becky? I don't know if it's appropriate for me to ask that. Do you have a firearm? I'm pretty sure you would have. Are you going to stake out? Like, it's something we were talking about a little bit earlier. Sending love and support. In every death comes life, absolutely. I'm trying to keep myself busy. Indeed, I know it's a circle of life and all that, but it still hurts today. I know you are my friend. That is true. January 9th, we lost our baby due to miscarriage at 20 weeks. That's okay, though. Death is life, and all the same. Whew, I love you all. I'm so happy I made it. I'm happy you made it. I'm happy that you continuously keep making it. Katie, that's the part that makes me even happier than you making it right now, is that you keep making it day after day after day. And if you keep making it, then we're going to make it, my friend. You can believe that. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for being here with us, genuinely. For you and your family, it's better to share a loss than bottle it up. Grief is a beautiful thing to share because you spread that pain to many others who want to help. What do you think about the potential to, in that way, spread that grief out, and then in doing so, relieve the burden on the individual to feel it alone and to feel alone in that burden, if you will? Thank you for the hugs, Infamous One. I really appreciate it, my friend. Sending love to you all. Sending love to you as well, Katie. A person holding the oars to a large ship can't handle it all, but that is why it's better to allow help instead of breaking under the pressure. That's beautiful as well. Thank you for actually mentioning that. Yeah, because if you're in a large ship just with a single oar, you can't, as an individual, make the decision, okay, instead of oaring in this direction, I'm going this direction, and you start oaring backwards. You're gonna have little to no success. No success, absolutely no success. Yeah, and it's a weird balance to find as well. Being able to accept that help, being able to take it in the direction that it needs to go sometimes. This analogy falls apart when you think more about it, though, so let's not do that. Death brings the more. Whoa. Death brings the you more life. Brings more life to you as well, I'm guessing. Animal relationships can be so impactful. The innocence, purity, and connection in those kind of relationships is truly something special. And that's why it hurts as well to lose it. There's also this, sense where with like humans we consider and we think of us having souls and us going on to the next, plane of existence when we pass away. But people don't necessarily hold the same belief for animals. It's a belief that I have completely assimilated inside of myself as well now. With the passing of our pups at the actually at the beginning of this year and at the end of last year, two of our dogs also passed away, and it was there that I started to assume and incorporate, if you will, the belief of inside of myself that they are also going to be returning to source, that there is not the end of them, that they get to return to source as they're supposed to, as everything does. And it helps in my opinion to deal with the loss of a like an animal friend. They are harder than human deaths in some cases. I think it's for that reason, not thinking they continue in the same way that human cases do. One of the best things I've read, perfect description of what it is like to handle grief and strife on your own versus having help. Do you meet any of these contributors face to face or just through streaming? Um, I mean, like actual face to face in person. I've not met any of you friends yet, Elvin. But it isn't the plans to do so. Northern Lolo, thank you for joining us. What? I just got here. Little Jerry has passed away, unfortunately, by either panthers or coyotes, unfortunately. Thank you for being here with us, my friend. I think you lost a baby goat. Am I wrong here? I think you're wrong here. On like KT, we've shared with you now, my friend. I don't think little Jerry was a baby, was he? Maybe young, but not a baby. Thank you for the condolences as well, Northern. I know how you feel, Uncle. I had some bunnies attacked by dogs when I was younger. It was traumatic, sending all my love. I had my baby chickens attacked by a dog as well when I was younger. It's that was the first loss I ever had to deal with. And then life was like, okay, that was a little bit hectic. We won't throw you with grief again, with death again for a while. And then life was like, okay, let's give him like, holy shit, like 15 years. More? No, 17 years. Let's give him 17 years without experiencing a single death. And then life is like, oh wait, you're ready, dude. How about you lose both your grandparents in a year? How about you lose like one of your favorite little dog companions? How about your friends lose their parents? And you have to talk to them through stuff like that, and you have to consider if inside of yourself how the loss of your parents are going to affect you and how you want to deal with that. I think if anything, maybe I was for the first time in my life in a place where I would be able to be mature and understanding and receptive to learning from these places. Things work out in a very strange way that way sometimes. Aaron suggested to us to read, the Five Invitations as well, a book literally about dealing with death. And almost like basically, as I finished the book, grandma passes away. Grandma now passed away. These pups have passed away. Like this alignment with something like the passing of family members. It's weird to feel in sync, to feel in the right position in life to receive news like that. It's confusing. It's so confusing. I think the proper tricks, the ones that are actually silly and funny, are confusing tricks that make the person who you are tricking think a good trick has both people laughing at the end. I agree completely hard. You're very much right, my friend. I'm going I'm going to go and post a poem I wrote when I was playing with lions that I want to share with you in the Discord. I am having it put in cards to be sold in stores. Please, 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 please. That sounds amazing, Candace. I would love to read it as well, my friend. Vincent says I definitely will melt, and will leave a bit of something of a summary about it if I can. But since it's really epic, it's hard to describe in a few lines. And I'll also share a few pics of my hair and how I love care dearly for them. I remember taking a few shots since I am not the one to take many pictures of myself. That sounds amazing, dude. Please, please, please do share it with us, Vincent. PJ, it's been forever, my friend. Thank you for joining us again. How have you been? How's life been treating you? It's like the last time you were here, I remember, hyping up and being happy to see you, and you were like, you remember me. And here you are again, dude. Where have you been since? It's great. Hello, Melvin Crew. Hey, Darkly. Thank you for being here with us, my friend. How are you feeling? How are you doing? Okay, you lovely. Lol. I'm going to rest for a bit and recuperate myself back to health. I have suspicion that the fever was due to an absolutely horrible sleep at Saturday. It's thoughts just wouldn't stop during sleep and resulted in a horrendous headache. I'm happy that you're, choosing to at least get some sleep again now, Vincent. Go rest up, my friend. Have a good one. It's posted in Reddit under spiritual. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Candace. My jar of hot sauce, Phil, fell from our fridge and I had to clean it up, but I just rubbed my eyeballs. No, Candace, no, that's like the one thing that you should not do if you're cleaning up hot sauce from the floor, is to be like, yes, this just wrecked. You're just absolutely destroyed. I'm sending you love, my friend. Oh my goodness. I hope it's not in your eyes. I hope it's just close to your eyes, my friend. Good luck to you. I'm sending you so much good vibes. Goodness. Spicy eyes. Fireballs. Fire eyeballs. I love you, Melt. I love you, friends. I hope everyone feels all of the love today. Only love. Mariah, only love. Even in loss, there is love. Even in love, there is loss. You're loved as well, Mariah. I hope you feel it as well, my friend. Hope you are well. Long time since the last time we saw you. You're right, Mel. Jerry had the best life a goat could ask for and brought complete joy to the whole world. And I think he's going to continue to, right? Imagine, okay, so I think me and you can talk a little bit one-on-one, if you will, Uncle Becky. We can assume that we have souls, spirits, light beings, past just this physical presence. So we can assume the same, I do at least, for Jerry, for our other animals. So his little light being is just continuing on this journey. He's going to keep bringing love and light into the world in his own little way. Maybe he's going on to become a person or something like that, and that's a wonderful way to think of it as well. Mash. To you as well, Candace. He loves you guys. Oh, absolutely. You speak so personally to some of your irregulars. It sounds like you actually met. I mean, it's just love, Elvin. It's just love, my friend. Being recognized, being welcomed, being seen. Those are like the fundamentals of love. You're loved, Elvin. Thank you for joining us again, my friend. I'm doing okay. I've been lurking a lot and seeing your post on Discord. I hope you're doing well too. I sit still when you speak of death of parents. It's devastating. And it's something that is now becoming, for the first time, a potential, a thing to consider with my own parents. Yes, just to think about how much love was poured into little Jerry, and how, in turn, he innocently shared it with the world. Love was created from love. Absolutely. Sorry about your animal friends. Angela, thank you for the energy, my friend. Sending you that energy right back. No, what a trick it would be if we were not really here, but there are the collective we. Do you think that would be a trick? I just think that would be it, dude. If anything, Dog Ghost. The collective we that you're talking about consolidates into the singular I. So this from the singular I, the collective we, from the collective we, us. It's just this up and down spectrum, if you will. I don't think it would be a trick. I think it would just be the way it was supposed to be from the first place. All okay-ish. Joe, home from school on the first day of starting my coursework. So I'm winging it today. Oh, I get you. Thank you for letting me know as well, Mammy. So it is your first day today. And now you won't exactly have as much space as you probably anticipated. No, it feels like we've met. Yeah, technically we have as well. That's maybe like the hippie in me as well, if you will. To believe that not only does it feel that we have met, but on a fundamental spiritual esque level, we have met. Maybe not before, but now we have, technically, on a level. And then if you want to extrapolate, into the infinitude of our universe, we've met each other an infinite amount of times. Even if it was only a fraction of the infinity, it was still infinity. Yes, fractions of infinity is still infinity. That makes sense. Mm. We know each other, my friends, and that's why we are drawn to one another. I'm thankful because I am the one that had to take his life. I placed my head on his head, told him how sorry I was, and that I loved him, and then I put him to rest. I'm happy that you could have been there for him through his last moments as well. That he didn't have to finally pass just in fear. That he knew he was passing from a place of compassion. Maybe it was a necessary step for you as well, Uncle Becky, for both of you. Life tip: if you get just cut peppers or touch other spicy things, just mix a tiny bit of oil with your soap when you wash your hands. It helps get the capsaicin off. Stonks tips with Edmund. Thank you. That's genius, my friend. That's a really good way to actually get it off, because capsaicin is oil soluble, so that makes actually sense. You honored his life, absolutely. You did a kind thing, difficult as it was, but you are a loving soul, and we all know that, absolutely. I'm thankful for this too. Small comfort, but a comfort nonetheless. That all anyone can ask for when the past you feel the touch of a loved one. That's true. That's very true. Just to be able to hold someone's hand in your last moments is something that anybody would at least be willing to ask for, would want, would expect. And you were basically doing that for little Jerry as well. Uncle Becky, I'm so thankful that you had the strength, the pain was there for him in the end, sitting with you. This is as hard as it was the most loving thing you could do for him. My heart goes out to you, Aunt B, your family, and all of the Haywire Hill. Love you all, and I share this grief with you. Estian, you're making my head explode. Get it, Katie. Explode them heads. Melt all them biases away. Leave the bright burning core that is you, my friend. I feel like I know some of you guys more than I know some of the other people of my outside life. Again, Edmund, in this infinity, right? We have met each other only a fraction of that infinity, but it's still been an infinite amount of times. So with this consolidated, like, if you want to think of it from a 5-dimensional level, all of those meetings are happening at the exact same time. Not right now, maybe in a few years, maybe we bump into each other at a library, at a Starbucks, whatever. But it happens over and over and over and over again. And then every single time we do that, there is this recognition like, hey, is that you in there? I'm in here as well. And then we keep doing that over and over again. We keep meeting one another. We keep having these re-remembrances. Why we do this, why we share with one another, why we are here in the first place. Who is Estian? Estian is my human name. Darkly. My civilian name, if you will. Melt is the name I go by. I want to say professionally almost, but that sounds cheesy. Absolutely. Literally just told my ex that this stream was my people. Yeah, 100%. You're my people, Katie. The man you are watching. It is I. Hello, I'm beautiful human. That's Mel's name. Thank you, lovely friend. So Estienne is a cool name. Thank you, Darkly. I appreciate you appreciating it. You guys definitely know me better than a lot of people in my life. And it's an absolute pleasure to know you, Edmund. You're an absolutely radiant soul, man. You bring light to our experiences. You share it from a genuine place of love, compassion, of wanting to be, seen, and finding one another, seeing one another. It's such a blessed thing to be able to do. Some people go through their entire lives never having that. It's weird how you can convince yourself it's not something you should have. Hmm? How many of you guys have done that? Instead of thinking about why it is you don't have certain things, you convince yourself you're not supposed to have certain things. It's not the way. Mm-hmm. You guys have become real friends to me, and I look forward every day to hopping on the stream. Thank you for being such beautiful beings and showing up every day with me. Thank you so much as well, Katie. It's a blessing to be able to do this. Like I'm absolutely awe inspired. I keep going back to the conversations I had with my mom's friend, my mom's friend's husband. Forgot his name again. I feel bad, but I mean, to me, he was always uncle, if you will. We call our elders, our adults, of Tani. Mm, no, can't remember his name. But we were talking about how, again, in synchrony, things happened in my life. Things started turning out in ways that almost made this the next logical step. And to have found Reddit as a means to stream, like I wanted to stream, but YouTube wasn't it for me, Twitter wasn't it for me. And then Reddit like makes this streaming platform available. I literally stream for the first time out of a fluke, out of like, oh, I guess this is something that I can do. I do that, and then one thing led to another, and I'm like, it's if it happened like a year earlier, if it happened a year later, then things wouldn't be as they are right now. And yet they are as they are right now. And he was like, that's kind of funny. So, and he's also of this mindset of, infinite possibility. So he's like, oh, so there's like an older version of yourself who isn't experiencing this right now and is angry because of it. I'm like, oh yeah, 100%. He's pissed. He's losing his mind right now. I'm sending you good vibes as well. Other me. Other me. All of us, my friends. We're interconnected. Before I forget, the animal sounds of today's stream has made me smile. Your chicken or chickens sound hilarious. They were kind of feisty, weren't they, Babby? They were, co-creating with us nonetheless. We are all here. We are all one and the same. Yes, we are. One heart, one mind. We are one. Thank you, Yater, for bringing it almost full circle, my friend. The cow sounds so funny too. I laugh and cry all in the time span of one stream. Whew. A complete spectrum of feeling. I've done that almost like whatever thing isn't supposed to happen to me, but for everyone else, it makes sense. It's a lie we tell ourselves darkly. We are just as worthy, just as deserving of those things. And to rob ourselves of them because of what? Why? Why do we do that? Because of our insecurities, because of our upbringings, our victim bias. We are worthy of so much more. It's so true. We limit ourselves so much. Again, brother, I was telling the family about your stream yesterday and the cat catching the mouse. That was totally unexpected. James, it is always, unexpected on the streams. Like where we go, where we find ourselves is something that's rarely planned. The mouse getting caught us hearing about the loss of little Jerry today, me hearing about the loss of my friend's dad today. Like these unexpected events bring so much fluidity, so much potential creation into our lives. And it's this constant, ceaseless creation, the ceaseless giving of potential, potential, potential. How we choose to use this potential is what's most important. Thank you, James. I appreciate you sharing with your family as well, my friend. It's so nice to see you here. How are you doing? How's your family doing? Mel shines so bright. He makes insecure men jealous. I say this from experience. Infamous one. I don't know about that. Like that's interesting that you say that as well, because today I read something that really kind of irritated me. It was Rule 46 of the 48 Laws of Attraction. And it was never appear too perfect. And then instantly I start practicing in my mind how to be less perfect, how to fuck up in some ways. And then I'm like, no, dude, you fuck up more than enough. And then this other part of me is like, no, damn it, you need to fuck up more. And I was like, dude, can you just please relax? It's not that bad, dude. What is about that? Like, it's hard sometimes, Infamous One, because what you're saying does resonate, and I've seen truths of that, and it's not something that I feel any pride or joy in, but I'll find myself in a social interaction, and then people will excuse themselves, and it always, like, it hurts, and then there is this personal blame that you initially want to take on, and maybe it's an egoic thing to try and free yourself in the opposite direction, but it has been what was necessary in some cases. If it was one, hitting on some of the sensitive stuffs. Hello, my dude, Icharu. Something, something, my something. Oh, goodness. Oh, no. That's just. I can't say yes or no to that, Ichimu, but thank you for joining us, my friend. It's so nice to have you here. I would further this by saying someone caught in their ego mind can stand it. The light and love is death to the ego. Shine bright, all of you. You see, like, you're literally articulating what I was trying to articulate as well, just so much better, Yader. Thank you for being here to co-create with me. Victim bias is so true and humbling to admit to having, right? Like, and what a victim bias means, and it can be something that rears its head in so many different ways, but one of the ways it does it the most is in people getting addicted to being upset or being hurt or being at a loss or being depressed, because it becomes such an intrinsic part of your personality, of your experiences, that it becomes the new default. And then because it's your new default, it becomes as a pattern you're practicing, as an addiction, as something you do over and over again. And that victim bias thing is literally you creating for yourself in your world, even when it's not the case, the reality that you're a victim in it somehow. You're losing in it somehow, you're being negatively affected in it, or unfairly being, like, broken down in comparison to the rest of it. And it's something that's so destructive, not only on the level that you look at the world, the rest of the world, as this evil place that's out to get you, but it also it's like takes the ability from you to be able to give to people freely because you feel like you have abundance, instead of being that victim, being that person who is at such a loss. And it's a choice, but it's also a difficult one. And it's one that a lot of people, as you're saying as well, darkly, people don't even realize they're caught in. Off. Can't. Death brings creation. Thanks for that. Thank you, darkly. Oh no, I'm sorry to hear of the loss, my friend. It's okay, James. It's completely okay, my friend. It's not your fault. We breathe the same breath and share the same light, giving perpetual, wholesome love that will cure the stains of time and will bring new life to humanity. This is the way. Absolutely, Uncle Becky. Thank you for sharing that beautiful message with me as well, and with us As much as I don't want to, I have to get going early today, sending an abundance of love and peace to each of you and carrying you all with me throughout my day. Thank you so much for sharing the space with us, Edmund. Go in peace, go in love. We'll carry you with us as well. And this is the way, Uncle Becky. Love to you, Edmund. We'll be carrying you with me as well. Oh, that's beautiful. It makes me so happy. Much love to you. You guys have been so helpful to me in the last few weeks. You have no idea. I have some idea, Katie. And it's an absolute blessing to be here with you, my friend. Thank you for being here with us as well. You have no idea. Like, I think I can say that as well. You have no idea how much you've been there for us. And that is something you have to consider as well. Think about, even if you would consider yourself, and I'm thinking what you said yesterday or the day before, taking up too much space, right? When we all, like, instantly were like, nope, that's not the case. We were all lovingly there for you from that intention. And being able to do that in itself is a divine experience. And you, Katie, have created that for us. Your love, my friend. Thank you for creating experience for us as well. Love and light, Edmund. Love you, Edmund. See you tomorrow. I will follow in Edmund's footsteps also. I also love to exit the stream. I also have to exit the stream. This is well needed today. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mammy. You were such a blessed co-creator with us. Thank you for sharing with us, my friend. Take care. Bye, love. So beautiful. So thankful for you, Mammy. Same, Uncle Becky. Mammy is an absolute divine creator as well. Bye, dear, and hope to see you again. Love you, Mammy. Love you, Infamous. Infamous is going as well. Bye, Infamous. Thank you for being here with us, my friend. It was so nice to have all of you. Oh, goodness, you're so dirty. Hello. You're such a dirty girl. I don't want you completely on me. You're so dirty. Oh, my glass. Oh, you saw, right? And I think on that note, my friends, I'm going to say goodbye as well. Thank you so much for joining me here, for sharing the space with me. Oh, the dust. I love you. You were loved, loving, lovable, and worthy of love always and forever. You don't have to believe it to say it, but in saying it, I believe you'll be closer to believing it. My friends, goodbye everyone. Much love to you, Katie, to you, Yader, to you, Toasty, to you, Jovan, Uncle Becky. Love to you. Goodbye, Melton. Thank you for the time and the space. Thank you, friends, for sharing with me as well. Eternal blessings to every single one of you, friends. To you, who I haven't mentioned as well, especially to you as well. Love you, my friends. Thank you, Elvin. Thank you, Darkly. I love you, friends, so much. I'll see you again tomorrow.